مسیح یسوع کے قادر اور جلالی نام میں تمام سننے والوں کی سلامتی ہو۔ میں اسلم پرویز سہوترا افغانی پاکستان مسیحی ملت پارٹی پوری دنیا کو یہ بتانا چاہتا ہوں کہ ہڑپا پولیس کی معاملے کو مس ہینڈلنگ کرنے کے باعث ایک بہت بڑا سانحہ پیش آیا۔ ہڑپا پولیس سندھ پولیس کے ساتھ مل کر ایک ریڈ کرنے کے لیے چک نمبر 190 جو مسیحوں کا مسلم چک ہے وہاں پر گئی۔ جانے سے پہلے ہڑپا پولیس کو معلوم تھا کہ جس مدعی کے ساتھ ہم ریڈ کرنے کے لیے جا رہے ہیں یہ مدعی جو ہے اس کے خلاف 190 چک کے الفریڈ مسیح نے درخواست دی ہوئی ہے۔ 15 پہ کال ہوئی تھی کہ اس شخص نے اس کے گھر میں داخل ہو کر لوگوں کو باندھ کر تشدد کیا اور اپنی سابقہ بیوی جو اس سے طلاق حاصل کر چکی ہے اسے اغوا کر کے لے گیا۔ اب اس اغوا کار کے ساتھ ہڑپا پولیس جو ہے وہ ریڈ کرنے کے لیے گئی ہے، اس کے خلاف کارروائی نہیں کی۔ قانون، اصول، آئین تو یہ بتاتا ہے کہ اگر وہ مدعی بن کے بھی یہاں پر آیا تو اسے ہڑپا پولیس کے پاس جو شکایت تھی 15 کی جو کال تھی اس کے تحت اسے اریسٹ ہونا تھا، شامل تفتیش ہونا تھا، پھر اسے آگے جانا تھا۔ لیکن افسوس کہ ہڑپا پولیس نے اس سے ملی بھگت کر کے اس کے ساتھ جا کر وہاں پر ریڈ کیا اور پھر اسے بہت زیادہ فیور دی کیونکہ دلشاد جو ہے وہ پولیس اہلکار ہے سندھ کا۔ اس نے پھر پہلے کی طرح جب وہ اپنی سابقہ بیوی کو اغوا کر کے لے گیا، اپنے سسر کو اس نے باندھا، تشدد کیا، اس نے پھر اپنی سسٹر ان لا اپنی سالی کو اغوا کرنے کی کوشش کی، پولیس گاڑی میں ڈال لیا۔ اس پر گاؤں کے لوگ نکلے اور انہوں نے نکل کر اس کو روکا۔ اس روکنے پر بجائے کہ پولیس کو ہوش آ جاتی، ہڑپا پولیس نے وائرلس کر کے کہ پولیس مقابلہ ہو چکا ہے، علی سمیت بہت سی گاڑیاں منگوائی، پورے کرسچن چک کو گھیر لیا۔ پولیس نے گھروں میں داخل ہو کر خواتین پر تشدد کیا، لوٹ مار کی، اور اس سے بڑا ظلم کہ انہوں نے 80 بے گناہ پاکستان سے محبت رکھنے والے پرامن شہری غریب مسیحوں کے خلاف دہشت گردی کی دفعات کے تحت مقدمہ درج کر لیا اور پھر پورے چک کو اس قدر لتاڑا، اس کا روندا، لوگوں پر ظلم کیا، پکڑ دکڑ کی، 22-30 لوگوں کو وہاں سے پکڑ کر لے گئے۔ لیکن افسوس کہ وزیر اعلیٰ صاحبہ آپ نے نوٹس نہیں لیا، ہوم ڈپارٹمنٹ کے سیکرٹری آپ نے نوٹس نہیں لیا، آئی جی صاحب آپ نے نوٹس نہیں لیا۔ پاکستان مسیحی ملت پارٹی آج بھی آپ سے مطالبہ کرتی ہے کہ آپ اس واقعہ کا نوٹس لیں اور ان غریب مسیحوں کو فوری طور پر تحفظ فراہم کریں۔ جھوٹا دہشت گردی کا مقدمہ جو 80 مسیحوں کے خلاف درج ہوا ہے اسے خارج کیا جائے، اور پھر سونیا جسے اغوا کر کے اس کا سابقہ شوہر لے گیا ہے اسے فوری طور پر برآمد کیا جائے۔ ان اہلکاروں کے خلاف کارروائی کی جائے جن اہلکاروں نے مسیحوں کے گھروں میں داخل ہو کر توڑ پھوڑ کی، انہوں نے وہاں پر بہت بڑا ظلم کیا۔ اگر ایسا نہ ہوا تو میں آپ کو بتانا چاہتا ہوں کہ مسیحی قوم سڑکوں پر آئے گی، ہر حال میں ہم اپنے حق کے لیے باہر نکلیں گے۔ جلد اس پر وزیر اعلیٰ آپ نوٹس لیں۔ آپ کے ایم پی ایز جو ہیں، ہمارے جو کرسچن ایم پی ایز ہیں آپ کے پاس، ان سب کے علم میں ہے کہ ظلم ہوا ہے۔ انہوں نے لوگوں کے ساتھ کھڑے ہو کر وہاں کہا کہ ظلم ہوا ہے، لیکن ظلم ہوا ہے تو اس ظلم کرنے والوں کے خلاف کارروائی کرنی ہوگی۔ خدا آپ سب کا حامی اور مددگار ہو۔ پاکستان سے بات آئے ہم میرے ساتھ اس وقت رفت عالم صاحب ہیں جو بہت بڑے عظیم صحافی ہیں، سینئر صحافی ہیں، बड़ी उनकी नज़र है सारी चीज़ों पे। मैं चाहूँगा कि वो हड़प्पा के मुतल्लिक़, हड़प्पा के मसीहों के मुतल्लिक़ अपने चंद ख्यालात जो हैं उसका इज़हार करें।
थैंक यू सोहरा साहब। मैं उर्दू और अंग्रेज़ी दोनों में मैं आप लोगों से मुखातिब हूँगा। So to begin at the beginning, my name is Rifat Alam and I've spent about 40 years in journalism in Pakistan. I've been setting up newspapers for various entrepreneurs. I've set up and I've basically run two television channels. One is the deputy editor of South Asia's largest television channel, which is Geo Television Network. And then as the CEO of the Din Media Group, I've also set up and run Daily Times, the newspaper. I have set up and designed and run Pakistan Today, which is another English newspaper. I've been the editor of the Frontier Post thrice, and various other newspapers, and this is what I've been doing. I've been the news editor of The News, which is part of the Jung Group, again the largest newspaper conglomerate in Southeast Asia. So this is what I've been doing, and I've been covering and editing news before it goes up, and deciding basically what needs to go and be made public, and what needn't be made public, and how that should happen. What Mr. Sotra was just explaining was a very unfortunate event that took place in Faisalabad division in Pakistan, in Punjab, and it's Faisalabad. Sahiwal. So that's Sahiwal. I stand corrected. The Sahiwal division, this place, which has great historical background, it's called Harappa, where ruins have been found for thousands of years. The civilization, basically, it's been about 3,000 years. The 3,000-year-old civilization has been found there. So it has a long history. However, in more recent times, in fact very recently, the police from the Sindh province of Pakistan, as well as the Punjab province of Pakistan, in which Harappa is located. It's located in Punjab, in the Sahiwal division, as I mentioned earlier. And they raided a village that consists mostly of Christians. And now villages are divided into, in the local vernacular, they called a chak, which is a certain measurement of land within the village. So this is inhabited mostly by Christians. So what the police has done is that they have registered a terrorism case against 80 Christians from that village. Now that's quite a haul. 80 terrorists. 80 terrorists. What were you doing before this? If this is true, and they're actually terrorists, which is why the case has been registered against them under the Anti-Terrorism Act. It sounds far-fetched. It is far-fetched, and it's also ridiculous. More so now that the government of Pakistan, the government of Punjab in particular, has reinvented itself, reviewed its policies on minorities, religious minorities and their rights in this province. Not only that, the Pakistani military has gone out of its way to be seen as all-inclusive, seen to be kind and benevolent and understanding and accepting and endorsing minority rights in Pakistan. There's been a major effort the first time it's ever been done under under this particular Chief of Army Staff, which is a wonderful. This is unprecedented. Be that as it may, and despite that wonderful umbrella that has been put up by the government and by the Pakistani military, I fail to understand how this kind of cruelty, this kind of suppression and oppression can gain ground against the very minorities that the government purports to support nowadays. And especially if it's false. I mean, a case against 80 Christians for terrorism. But what happened actually is that there's a particular police official, a low-level police official, and this usually happens at the low levels. The senior police officials are most of them, I would say 99% are wonderful people. They don't get where they are by twiddling their thumbs and doing nothing. They go through a process which is commendable. The problem happens at the lower levels, at the very lowest levels. And that's what happened here in Harappa, which is the case that we're talking about. In Harappa, one particular low-level policeman was from Sindh, hence the Sindh police raiding this particular place. And the other, of course, batch was from the Punjab. But what did they do? What happened was that it was a personal grievance that took on these proportions. There was a gentleman within these who had married someone from this village, a lady from this village. Sota sab kya naam tha unka khatun ka?
Sonia.
Sonia. So this gentleman married Sonia and had divorced her. And he managed to get together and falsify claims and therefore instigate the police to raid this village, this chuck in this village, to retrieve this girl. And this has caused a whole chain of events that snowballed into the police trying to all intents and purposes, kidnap this girl, throwing her into the van again, and this gentleman making claims. And once this happened, the villagers stood up against this police action because it was illegal and unwarranted. And by the way, there were no legal warrants that were shown because there weren't any. And so this sort of snowballed, the villagers stood up, hence there was a call given out to other police stations, and there was they sort of converged from all over Punjab, well, many places in the city of Sahiwal. They converged on this village, and purportedly the wireless message that went around was that there was an attack on the police. Well, it could be. They were only trying to protect their own, and they were doing so because the police had no legal grounds to take the action that they had, according to the villagers. And this is what happened. So this is the scenario that's happened in Harappa, and I've been asked to make this public to various quarters that do not understand Mr. Sotra's speech that he just made in Urdu. So this is basically a summarization of what happened. Being a journalist of very long standing, being the editor of several newspapers and television channels, etc., I have been very cautious about what I have said and how I've portrayed this, how I've translated what Mr. Sotra has said, done it to the best of my ability and to the best of my understanding. However, he has also appealed to the Chief Minister of Punjab, who has taken particular care of religious minorities and especially Christians and Sikhs. So he has appealed to Chief Minister Mariam Nawaz, who's a wonderful young lady, doing exceptional work, unprecedented work regarding development in Punjab, which has sort of permeated into other provinces as well. And he has appealed to her to take particular notice of the violence and the suppression and oppression that has taken place in Harappa. And he expects that some sort of punitive action will be taken and as well as a remedy will be found for what has happened.
Thank you very much.